Good morning, Doodlin Daughters. It's Jenny here, coming to encourage you to create with your creator this morning. I started yesterday a sketch of Proverbs 28:13. And yesterday, if you watched yesterday's video, you will see at the end where I kind of was like trying to decide what I was going to call the next phase. Well, I think it's very clear that the next phase should be called the Doodlin Phase. This is the sketch phase. Today, we're going to do the Doodlin Phase. And we're gonna finish this up today, and I'm just gonna show you my process. Again, I promised yesterday that I would not edit. I'm not gonna do any editing. And I did get my equipment that I needed to do that right and not have that stand in the way. So join me as we finish Romans 28:13 as I finish it, just showing you my process about how I think through what I want to do. I've got the kind of design and the sketch all laid out, and now we're going to do the doodling part. So here we go. All right, so I've got my spread. I've got my mild liner highlighters that I've been using. I've got some fine liner pens, my Crayolas, my bag of tricks that, got some flare pens in here. I don't know why, but I'm kind of drawn to this color this morning. This particular color. I think this here. I feel like if I remember goes nicely with that. I could be wrong. So I'll sometimes just like do a test and see. Oh yeah, I think I do remember liking that together. So I like those two things together, and sometimes I like maybe like this blue to go. Ooh, I think I like that too. And I think this is the blue I like with this blue. Let me check and make sure. I have another blue here. Make sure which one I like better. I think this one. So I'm feeling blue, and sometimes when I do a blue, I'll do like some kind of so like these here, I'll do like a neutral, like a gray, or maybe even a brown. So maybe even brown I would like. Oh, I think I like the idea of the brown better. So I just kind of play around with colors and just kind of like, what do I feel like? Like, what do I want? And then so I always also think about like the color wheel. I don't know if you know anything about that, but on the color wheel, whichever is opposite, you could Google color wheel. Yellow, so sometimes a yellow might go nice with a blue. So I might try that. And then in here, sometimes like I will, like a gray flare tip for like outlining. My black flare tip pens. Oh, here's a brown one. Ooh, bye gray. Hello, brown. My brown, my black flare tip pen is not well. I think I threw it away. So, oh, that's a black pen. I don't want that. So this color might kind of go well with this palette I'm working on. Probably not that bright one. But this is just my process. I just start thinking about the colors and what I like that goes together. And guess what? You're the artist. You get to decide. So I'm doing blue because, oh, but see, this blue is tired. Trash. I chucked it into the trash can and I think I made it. Let's go. So I think I'm going to use these colors. I don't think this blue is doing it for me. This blue is probably too vibrant. Might just pause on that. Okay. And so I think this is kind of where I'm gonna go. Now I gotta decide how I'm going to do that. So I'm gonna move this stuff out of the way and just put the colors I'm gonna use here. Keeping my Crayolas close in case I decide to, and then I'll always have my black pen. So now, yesterday I talked to you about making sure that you know how your pens interact, because we're going to be doing some erasing. And so you want to know like if your pen is going to bleed when you erase over it when you're doing your outline, because we're going to be doing a lot of erasing here today. okay? And I definitely think we're gonna shift this. We're definitely gonna center this top part up here, but I really want the word future to be the center part of this whole situation. So we're gonna make sure that we do that, and I really want it to be this color right here. So what we need to do is, this is gonna be kind of tricky because we have this old, and see, look, my pencil eraser's kind of, sometimes I'll just like take my shirt or my, you know, whatever I'm wearing, and just some cloth on this to clean up that white eraser. I also have some white erasers that I love. Oh, getting shaky. I also have some white erasers that I love. So anyway, okay. So we're gonna just kind of carefully erase this line. It doesn't have to be fully erased, but when you know you're working with a lighter color, it does need to be pretty clear and transparent, or the pencil will show through, especially if you're using a highlighter. If you're using a Sharpie or something, then no, that will not happen. But I'm just gonna go for it. And like I said, it's the part that kind of make this particular piece tricky is that I'm shaking the camera. I'll try to stabilize it with my shoulder maybe. We went over this F. We changed the size of the F, remember when we had it small right here? And so that kind of makes that tricky, but it's okay. I'm just gonna erase this. We're gonna be a little bit shaky when we're erasing, sorry. Sorry in advance. But like I said, I'm going to try to do this with very little editing. There we go. All right. Here's our color. We're going to go down. Keep my E small where I fixed that yesterday. Like this. Okay, and now what I want to do here is on this, the way you're going to make this give that faux calligraphy look is everywhere that you go down, and I'm going to talk about this in another tutorial video when I get really specific about letters, but everywhere, so here you're going up, 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 and then on the downstroke, you're going to thicken that downstroke just like this. And then here you're going up, up, down, up, down. This is kind of up and down. The T is kind of both, sort of. Down, up, down. Do you see how I'm doing that? Down on this upper part, and then down more, and then down. See that? I didn't erase that enough, but it'll be okay. I also want this word future to be even more prominent, so I think I'm going to thicken the actual up strokes as well to kind of make it, I want to kind of make it like bubble letters. So I'm going to thicken the upstrokes parts to make them thicker, because I just want this word future to be the focal point, the number one major focal point. I'm going to have to be really careful not to color in the circle part of that E, the inside, but now I'm really going to thicken the rest of these majorly, because I want the word future to be the major part. So I'm not sure how I feel about this marker right now. I'm not loving it. I don't know. It might be the paper. It might be the paper that's kind of not doing it for me. But then I need to make sure that this little crossy, swoopy thing is nice and thick too. Okay. this, I'm gonna bring this up here. Future. Okay. So I'm gonna let that dry because these markers I have found, they don't interact well with my outlining pen. And so I'm gonna go back either with the black, ooh, maybe with the brown, maybe with the black, I don't know. And so even though I made the decision about this here palette, I might change my mind. That's not like the do all end all, you know, so I might change my mind. Okay. Now, before I go absolutely insane, I have got to fix this. I'm gonna try to do it super light. And I know that every time I erase, I'm shaking this camera, and that is so annoying. But as you know, our YouTube channel is under construction, and we're just gonna go with it. So I'm just gonna do it, because if not, it's gonna take forever. So, sorry, just bear with me. Okay, there. All right. I'm gonna leave the Shirley here as it was, I think. Shirley. And I'm gonna do this is really light and kind of bigger, because I think I'm gonna come back in and do it in bubble letters. Shirley, and maybe I'll do there kind of pretty because I want to. Yeah. Surely there is a future, and your hope will not be cut off. Okay, I like it. I'm gonna do this, and see, I can't, see, I just always want to do it in pencil because I'm worried that I might mess something up. Surely there is. See how I'm just kind of like outlining the letters that I had? You can just write them with the highlighter and then outline them. You can do it that way, and I have done that way for years. But once you do that, you kind of get used to how to make the letters, and you can kind of start to do it on your own. So you can give that a try. Okay. All right, next. What do I want to do here? Let me test this first, actually. I already have a purple pencil here. So sometimes if you leave the pencil, it'll kind of darken the color of the pen. But if you do that, you have to be very happy with what this is, you know? You have to be very pleased with the sketch, and I'm not always like that. So I'm going to just erase this lightly. So I'll follow it, but I'm going to erase this lightly. I think it's my table that's causing the shakes. Yeah, I'll try to stabilize the table. Maybe not. What do I know? All right. Shirley. Sorry, you might not be able to see, but this pen is tricky. You kind of have to have it standing straight up for it to work right. See, I kind of went off the sketch there and here, so that would have been bad. So again, I'm going to thicken the downstrokes just because I just kind of decided in my head in that moment that's what I was going to do here. Sorry, I didn't really give you a warning. But I'm just going to thicken these downstrokes, and this is just my process. This is just kind of what I do. So, and then what I'll do is go in and just kind of color this in. And I can do it as light or dark as I want. You know, kind of messy at first, and then go back just to kind of get my brain settled on what it's going to look like. Go in and take this down like this. Again, this whole video is just to kind of show you my process. So now in the doodling stage, there's a little less thinking, This is where you can really start to ponder and really kind of start to pray when you're just coloring in these lines. You can just kind of pray and ask God to, you know, surely there is. What there? What's the there? There what? What does this word mean? If you've taken my Bible journaling workshop, you'll know that I went through a season where definition of words was really important. So a lot of times I'll have my phone right next to me and I'll be like, what is there? What does that mean? So now look what's happening. I'm kind of bummed because this is like very green, like grass green. I did not expect that. But it's fine. So here's what I'll do. I'll tie it in over here. I'm just going to go back through this. Probably made the tea too fat. But I'll just go back through this and outline it to try to bring it together a little bit. Whoopsie. See, I kind of messed that up there, but it's okay. You just go with it. It's kind of been what I've been saying the last couple days. Just go with it. And so now I'm going to kind of get intentional about doing that. That's part of art, everyone. Like, if you mess something up, then mess it up somewhere else and make it look like you meant to do it. Nobody knows. Nobody needs to know. None of their business. Oopsie daisy. I don't like that. Never it's going to be perfect. It's never going to be perfect, I should say. Glad I left that little keyhole open. Surely there is a future. We all have a future. Christ Jesus. And so when you kind of think about the verses you were contemplating, I remember yesterday I was contemplating Philippians 1:6, where it talks about, I believe, if I'm remembering, now I'm doubting my memory right now, but in the good work that he has begun, he will bring to completion. Like, everything in the Bible is true. Nothing contradicts itself. It all is true and accurate. So these things have to be true together. That if this is true and that is true, then God's got us. You know what I mean? And so these are just the things that you think about, and you just kind of pray and worship and just kind of talk to God and listen for what he's saying. What he's saying is, surely there is a future and your hope will not be cut off. He's saying, it's okay, daughter. He's saying, it's okay, daughter. It's all going to be okay. I've got this. It may not feel like it's okay right now. And I know that, but it's okay. I've got this. That's what I feel like he's saying to me. And so I'm just going back on this highlighted part where you can kind of see the strokes of the pen, like right here. See how this is darker? I just want to kind of like go and make that darker around it so you can't really see that. This right here. See how this is like dark and this is light? Even that out kind of. I just kind of want to make sure, like right here, and see right, oh no, that's not pencil, that's eraser flake. Good. See right here. You also want to be careful when you're sketching. See right here. Sometimes your pencil could smear, and it's not that big a deal, but it's just one of those pet peeves of mine. I don't like it when I do stuff like that. Would never notice it on someone else's work. I would only ever notice it on my own. Okay, I gotta be done. All right. Surely there is a hope and a future. So let me try to incorporate this somewhere. I'm gonna go for the word hope next. I'm gonna go here. Should I make that word bigger? I have the space. I think I'm gonna make that bigger. And my highlighter has a fat end. What do they call it? Bold and fine. I use the fine end a lot, and so they're not very fine anymore. But I'm gonna make this quite a bit bigger, I think. It's in ink, so just go for it. Yeah, that's the right move. That was definitely the right thing to do. So as I get these colors down, I don't know if I love them. I don't know if I'm super thrilled with the blues and the mashup of the blues, but it's all right. Perhaps we can think of it as I have 3 sons, so maybe like each color represents all 3 of my sons. Something like that, because this is kind of a parenting encouragement. This is me going back over and trying to equalize the ink colors again, like I said. Sometimes I might like kind of bring that in like that. I kind of like that. Okay, so I'm just gonna leave that as that is for now. And then I'm gonna have to now move this word your over a bit. So now the question I have for myself is, what do I want my, like, these letters to be? I did green there and I didn't like it, so I think I might go black. Maybe brown? Maybe brown. Hold on, let me maybe, oh, I'm nervous. I'm just gonna go for it. It'll be fine. Try to make sure that your letters are the same size, like from top to bottom. I have run into that before. And if you are gonna get to here and you have a little overlap, that's okay. I didn't end up having an overlap, but that's all right. So now I'm gonna go ahead and do this will not be cut off part, because that's gonna be pretty quick. It's gonna be pretty quick. And the doodling part kind of takes a little bit longer. But I'm gonna bring this up some. Oh, I forgot these were smelly markers. Vermont maple syrup. So sometimes when I'm sitting in church and I'm using these flare pens, I will like start smelling something and I'm like, what is that smell? It's me. I'm gonna change this because I remember yesterday I really wanted the word not to kind of have some accentuation, if you will. Will not be cut. Whoopsie, I wish that was centered a little better. Oh, maybe it's not too bad. Cut off. Yeah, I remember yesterday. Remember I said I thought I was going to make not really big, but then I decided against it because it was kind of, I don't know, I didn't like how it was like a negative maybe. I don't think I said that on camera, but will not be cut off. Will not be cut off. And so for this, I'm going to do this circle, but I'm only going to go to here, and then I'm going to do the circle here, and the circle here, and the circle here, and through, and then here. And then I'm going to do like this. And that word and is so important. Those little words, oh man, I have a friend who is a grammar queen. Brittany would know the word I'm looking for. That's you, Fryman. If you're watching. Just dropping special people in my videos from time to time. If you hear your name in a video, maybe I'll send you a prize. And these little words, connecting words, are so important. Like I said, my favorite word in the Bible is but. Remember that I told you yesterday? And your hope will not be cut off. Okay. I'm also going to just do this in brown. I need the brown to kind of be a little more Prominent is, there is, not a question. It's not like a maybe. It's like a is. There is, let's give this A some flair. Come on, that's so lame. There is, we're gonna kind of make this into like a bubble letter this way. There is a, I don't love that, but whatever. Shirley. Okay, we're gonna do Shirley here. Last wiggling session there, camera people, sorry. All right, Shirley, let's make sure we spell that right. Let's pull this back out. S-U-R-E-L-Y. Some words I just can't, I pride myself on being a mostly good speller, but sometimes I just can't spell a word. Like, absolutely, I cannot spell that word. I absolutely cannot spell that word. All right, I'm going to try to get some more spacing here also. S-U-R. See, I'm so nervous to misspell it. Shirley. Woo. Got close there, didn't we? All right, now I'm going to just do the downstroke of this too. Just, it's not actually the downstroke, it's actually just the left side of each letter. It's just thickening the left side of each letter. That's kind of something I do all the time. Surely there is a future, and your hope will not be cut off. Now, we have everything in color, everything's erased. All of this is we're taking off here. Now we can do some embellishing if we want. So, we can come here and, yep, this blue is the wrong choice. It's okay. This blue is the wrong choice. I do not like it. I do not like it. Whatever. I was gonna say I can go back over it with the brown, but I got kind of a lot of brown going on right here. What happens if I go, I don't want the black because I don't have any black on here. It's all kind of colors and things. I almost wish I wouldn't have started outlining this at all. It's okay. Hope. We have hope in the Lord, hope in His Word, hope and a future. Surely there is a future, and your hope will not be cut off. He won't cut us off. He won't let us go. Oh, whoopsie daisy. Look, missed the inside of that. Here we go. Okay, that's it. That's this for now. I think I'm gonna do this too, just to kind of bring it all together. Even though I don't love this color, kind of growing on me a little bit. And that isn't that how things, oh man, messed that up. Look at that, boo. It's okay. Isn't that kind of how it goes? Like, you make a decision and you're like, I don't know if I like this. And then you just kind of roll with it and you're like, that wasn't so bad. That's how a lot of things in life go, I think. You're like, not so bad. All right, ladies. This is the doodling phase. Now, I do believe there will be one more short video with this verse for the embellishing phase. We're going to do some embellishing. So stay tuned next time as we do the final phase and we embellish this verse. Thank you so much for joining me for the doodling phase of this verse, Proverbs 28:13. We had some good times, we had some bad times. I made some good decisions, I made some bad decisions. But overall, the verse still rings true. And I thought about this verse all day yesterday, and I'll think about it all day again today because I was available and I took time to create with the Creator just as I was created to do. So I hope you will be able to do that sometime soon. Stay tuned next time, like I said, for the embellishment phase. So it sounds like we've got like 3 phases here. 4 phases probably. Prayer, sketch, doodle, embellish. That's probably our 4 steps. So stick around for the embellish and complete probably. Do you like how this is under construction? And I know I'm not recording in my laundry room right now because I don't have anywhere to sit. I will when that gets done. But pray, sketch, doodle, embellish, and complete. So stick around next time for our embellish and complete stage. And make sure, like I said, take time to create with your Creator today.